Boom! Blue is the best color. You're not fucking with blue. You're not fucking with me. This draft deck went amazing tonight. Had so much fun here at New Games. Welcome in. Much love. Trav here. A little bit tired. I normally don't record videos at 11 p.m., but doing this just for you, so I hope you really enjoy it. Trying to pack it with value for those of you who like to draft. Make it useful for those of you who like to play Magic. Whether you draft Modern Masters or not, if you ever play Limited, this will be helpful. If you ever play Magic, this will be helpful. If you don't even play Magic and you stumbled in here, go check out my other channel, Travis Wu. Try to share some energy with you though and just say, I love you. Thank you so much for all the support. Really could not do this without everybody, and it's just awesome. So, a little bit of background. I'm coming into this draft hot off 3-0, 3-0 in Modern Masters 6-0. Am I going to extend the streak to 9-0? Spoiler, no spoiler. Actually, you're going to have to listen to the end of the story to see how the finals goes down. But again, if you don't know, I'm good at draft. I'm one of the top-rated limited players in the world. Technically second overall in the draft race in the Pro Tour 10-1-1. So I know that I'm good and I can share and I can talk with you. Something a lot of people... we'll talk about forced drafting in this because I forced Esper in this draft. So Wizards tries to balance it, but sometimes they don't always intentionally even balance it. Sometimes blue is the best color, sometimes white's the best color, sometimes black, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red. It's not always all balanced. In this draft format, I really believe that Esper has the best commons by miles, and that it's not close, and that green is a fine splash with Simic Skyswaller, and red is super bad. So rather than drafting a bunch of times and picking up what's open, sometimes it's good to get a sense of the set, see all the cards, see them all in play, and say, if this is actually way better, I'm going to force it no matter what. So I came in saying I'm forcing Esper. And that's what I've been doing. If you watch the other two drafts, I'll play green if I get a Simic Skyswaller. Other than that, I'm forcing Esper. So I'll show you how it goes. I open Arcane Sanctum, which is a decent card for Esper. My rare was Damping Matrix. My second pick, I see a Savage Lands, which is the Jund Duel, and a Tower Gargoyle. No, a Moroi, 4/4 fire. I take the Moroi because I'm more likely to use this. I'm not going to use Savage Lands. It's only one of my colors. Then the third pick's very interesting because I have the third pick is the Jungle Shrine, which is the Naya Tri-land, and an Azorius Guildgate. And I take the Azorius Guildgate because I know I'm playing Esper. Jungle Shrine, maybe I would take the Bant one because I would splash green, maybe, but I'm not going to use it. So one thing about forcing is it reduces the number of options. The guy to my right was in Esper passing to me, and normally you'd think you don't want to be in the colors of the person to your right. That's kind of mythological for a few reasons. The first is he doesn't know from the beginning he's going to be an Esper. He just kind of ended up in that. And he had a fourth color as well, I think. But if you know, if you're forcing it from the get-go, then what ends up happening is you change the pack one breakdown of what happens. A lot of people are waiting to see what comes around, and that's fine strategy most of the time to see what to go into. And when you force, it changes the dynamic of the table and it opens it up in pack 2 and 3 because people don't go deep into Esper and you get rewarded. I had a green-black snake draft, the last green-black snake draft, threw up a video on that. Force get rewarded, this one force get rewarded. So pack 1's really interesting. I have the 2 lands and the Moroi, and I get another land, and I think like a Wall of Denial. And it basically looks like a train wreck after pack 1. I think I had a Lawkeeper, except one Talon Trooper came around, which is nice. If you know one card can make a lap around the table, especially it's gold, you know no one is really in blue-white, therefore you can lap every other card in there. So pack 2, I open a Cackling Counterpart, which is fine. I take it, I have nothing to target. I get past a Mistraven and a Core Skyfisher. No, I got past a Mistraven and a Vampire Nighthawk. I took Mistraven over Vampire Nighthawk because the way I want to play Esper is blue-white splashing black for Dinrova Horror, is the plan. These cards are all commons, pretty much. There's a few uncommons and rares in here, but the common topper is Dinrova Horror. So I'm just going to be straight blue-white with the black splash. Vampire Nighthawk is hard to cast. Mistraven is close in power. I would rather just have the Mistraven. So I took a Mistraven, I took a Venser over a Skyfisher, and I got another Mistraven. And my cutting the two people blocking Esper was very nice because Esper makes it around the table. And the guy to my right, who's in Esper, opens Obsidian, but he also opens Verdant, Foil Verdant Catacombs or something like that. So he ships the Obsidian, and since I had cut this combo so hard, partially skill, partially luck, no one else was in Esper, and Obsidian made it all the way to me, 8th pick Obsidian. I was like stoked, right? This is so good, right? Then I was also able to table a couple Talon Troopers and I didn't pick them. I wanted them early, but I knew they would come back. Pack 3, I opened a Sphinx's Revelation, which is such an amazing card. It's so good. Spoiler alert, I never drew this in 7 games, and that was really frustrating because while I did well in the draft, I really wanted to just cast this card, and I never got a chance to. And that was kind of annoying. So in the second pack, one of the key picks was I took Core Skyfisher over Gargoyle, and I tabled the Gargoyle, which I kind of expected at that point because I had forced it so hard. And another key pick, I wanted a second Knight, but I knew I was going to have enough playables, and I wanted good mana, so I took a Dimir Guildgate over a Knight. Okay, so how much lands, how much mana to play? Well, kind of a rookie mistake is just you have good spells. One of the key ways to lose in Magic is bad mana. So I want to have great mana, and the way that I'm going to have great mana is I'm going to have a lot of sources of everything. But I'm going to have 2 key main source colors and a third color. Obsidian was kind of unfortunate because it made me play more swamps, which hurt me in some ways. But you can see I'm playing 9 blue, 3, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 7 black, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9, 9, 7 is decent. I want the double blue, but I also want white on turn 1 for the Lawkeepers. So this is the deck, and I think it's one of the best draft decks I've ever had. I say that sometimes, it's hyperbolic, but it's just so good for this format. It's just really good. Venser, just such a nice curve. Great mana, good top end. Tandem Lookout. I had some walls in here and stuff. Interesting things, I didn't play a Hookmaster. I don't actually like that much. It's just tempo, but it won't go all the way. Wingcrafter is not the best because everything flies anyways. Soulward and Kraken Hatchling I might side in versus aggro. Urbis Protector might side in versus control. And then I have this Flash package that I would bring in against very slow deck. I just don't, while I'd love the Mystical Teachings for Revelation, you usually don't have the time. Sometimes you do have the time. Maybe I should have played it for that reason. I really only have Counterpart, Venser, and Sphinxes, so I have some good ones, but I feel like I would rather progress in the board. So round 1, I'm paired against Jeff, and game 1, Jeff gets stuck on 1 land. I don't remember if he mulliganed or not, but I don't know. Sometimes you win easily. I didn't ask him what happened. Game 2 was very close. He curved out like Burning Tree Emissary, another creature into Hellrider, which super aggro. I had a few blockers. This game, I remember I drew 6 spells and 11 lands. But the spells I drew were 2 Mistravens, a Grasp, a Talon Trooper, a Lawkeeper, 2 Ravens, a Venser, a Grasp, a Lawkeeper, and a Talon Trooper. So I was able to bounce his Hellrider a couple times with blockers, Venser his Hellrider, Grasp his Hellrider, and start tapping it with Lawkeeper, and was able to just edge him out in the air, surviving at 3 life. So that was a good sign. I mentioned like how flooded I got. It was like, well, I didn't draw the Sphinx's Rev, which pissed me off, but I thought maybe Mystical should be in there. I've thought that most of the draft. But it's nice when you can get really flooded and win anyways, just drawing a few commons, basically. So that to me was proof that it worked. So round 2, I'm up against the other Travis. I think I'm 1 in 1 lifetime against him before this. And the first game, I guess that's my lucky night. He gets stuck on mana game 1. He's on Jund and he doesn't get his Jund mana. But it could be that bad deck building, bad keeps. I don't know. He had an insane deck the last time, played him in the finals. The second game became really close. I had my bounce stuff and I had a pretty reasonable draw this game. I didn't have my rares, but it was pretty reasonable. I don't remember the exacties, but I had a Wall of Frost. I do remember he has Zealous Conscripts and was able to get in for a bunch. And then he had the Scourge Devil to pump things, and he hit me with a Cathari Bomber. And then he was able to, I very nearly died because I killed his Zealous Conscripts in combat, and then he used Torrent of Souls to return it, give all his creatures +2/+0, take my Wall of Frost, and attack me to death. Actually, I think he would have won if he had taken my other blocker. Yes, he took my wall and he could have taken Talon Trooper, and I would have died because, no, I would have gone to 2. Yeah, I would have gone to 2. So he played it fine. Yeah. And then we're going to round 3, and round 3 is really interesting. It's against Dan, and he's on an extremely slow, grindy Deadeye Navigator deck. He's got a bunch of counterspells, blue-green counterspells. He's got Deadeye Navigator, the rare, which lets you pair up and start blinking stuff to go with the Mistraven, and a Coiling Oracle, Coiling Oracles, and Seagate Oracles. So I'm thinking I want to go into this package. Game 1's crazy, I'm on the play. I keep a hand that only has 1 blue and some white-black, and it has none of these, but it has like 2 ravens and a Wall of Frost and a Grasp, I think, and a Dinrova. It just, it's missing an island or like a Talon Trooper. And I start off drawing like a bunch of garbage, and I play nothing until turn 5. Meanwhile, he goes Coiling Oracle into Tandem Lookout, and then he hits me to draw 2 cards. So it looks like I can't win at this point. But on the 5th turn, I get there with an Obsidian, and the race is on. He had been tapped out for this to play another creature. I know he has Phantasmal Image, so I make sure to flicker my Obsidian every time. His extra cards just don't matter because it's a life race, and we both have tons of cards. And he's got a bunch of Compulsive Research and opportunities that just don't matter anymore because he's drawing so many cards. So since the Obsidian is going to race his little shitty creatures by itself, he's having to tap out for stuff, which is letting me deploy my Dinrova Horror, letting me deploy a Tower Gargoyle. And on the last turn, he's able to get out his Deadeye Navigator, and it's going to establish a block. He's at 4 life, but I had the counterpart from the start of the game, blanked my Obsidian, make a legendary token, and drain him to 0. So we're up game 2, and I did partially the strategy. I think I put in a Teachings, a Spire Monitor, a Rewind. I cut the 2 walls, and I cut Skyfisher because it's really slow, and it feels like a tempo matchup. So game 2, again, I didn't have anything until turn 4, but I think that turn 4 was a Tower Gargoyle, or maybe it was a Mistraven. It was a pretty mediocre draw yet again, but his deck's slow, and it gave me time to develop. I was a Mistraven, he puts Arachnus Rub in my Mistraven, but I have Cackling Counterpart to copy it and bounce. He Mystic Genesises to counter my spell and gets a creature. I make a copy and bounce that. And I'm winning the race in the air, but he's able to get a Deadeye Navigator down, tied up with a Seagate Oracle, so he's going to be able to draw through his deck. So the second to last turn, he's at 6 life and has nothing in the air. He's really wide on the ground. I have a Talon Trooper in play, and my hand is Dinrova Horror. No, I have a Spire Monitor in play, a second Spire Monitor in my hand, a Talon Trooper in hand, and a Dinrova and Horror in hand. I go for the Dinrova Horror to mess with him, but not really to kill him because I'm not winning on the ground, and the Talon Trooper. And then I realize my mistake when next turn I can attack him for 5 and put him to 1. And it's like, well, I would much rather have the Spire Monitor. on the next turn I play the Spire Monitor, but he's able to ground assault one and then like Misthaven bounce the other, and all of a sudden I can't get the final point through, don't top opposite dot, and I died. So I super punted, and it feels bad. I play so much Magic and I still make mistakes like this. And I think what happened is, I don't know, tired. It was the end of a long day. I didn't go for the overkill. Like, I should check the life totals. I defaulted to, I had 9 mana, used the most mana. I should have made the play that didn't use the most mana. So I think I should uncheck that sometimes, especially when it's the last couple turns. I feel like the mistakes I make tend to be at the end of the game, when it's okay for me to sit down and take more time and stop using like automation to figure out my plays. Usually I just do whatever uses the most mana, but in that case that was definitely wrong. I also made possibly a mistake the next turn when he attacked with his Navigator, and I double blocked with my Horror, and I had like a Tandem Lookout on the ground. Yeah, I made I made one other mistake in this game as well, where I maybe did. I'm not sure. I didn't play it very well, so fatigue, I don't know. Maybe Magic's a really hard game, and you play a lot. Anyways, I'm able to get to game 3, and I bring in all the instants, and I bring it out the one Misthaven as well. It's not that good versus him because almost everything he had was comes into playability. So he starts off the game with a Coiling Oracle, hitting a land to ramp him. And I've got Talon Trooper into a Gargoyle that gets countered, I think. And then I have Mystic Teachings. No, the Gargoyle gets ground assaulted. I have Mystic Teachings, but it's the turn that he Dinrova Horrors on his 5th turn. He sided in the Dinrova Horror, which was very smart, because suddenly my Teachings is too slow. Like, I don't have time. I have nothing on board, really. It's just a 2-3. So I just didn't have time to Teachings, and I didn't have a way to deal with the Dinrova Horror other than, my walls are out of the deck. I didn't have a good double block. I went for the Spire Monitor, but it broke up my double block, and I just wasn't able to. I didn't draw ops. I just wasn't able to stabilize, and I lost. So I'm 8-1, which is a good record, and these is my prize to show for it, which I'd like to do a giveaway for, but by the time you watch this, I'm probably in Mexico or Texas, so I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do it. Maybe I'm back. Yeah, we'll try to do it. The first person to comment hashtag I lasted until the end. Follow up with me, harass me, say, hey, I won this prize from your video, and I will mail it to you with these two, or try to at least. Again, I'm not at my place by the time when you're watching this probably, but I'll be back soon. So I hope that you enjoy this video and the series. For those of you who really want to level up and draft, we have a group, the Magic Mastermind coaching program and network, where we discuss a lot of draft and a lot of limited, and you'll be able to post yours, screenshots and so on, or some gameplay, and get feedback on it, level you up really fast. And for everyone else, I hope you found this enjoyable. It's a fun series. I like to show off paper cards. I play a lot of paper cards. If I'm going to be drafting, why not? So much love, and everybody just left. So I'm not closing it up. I got to wait for Jeff to come back because he didn't want to give me the WhatsApp much love. He didn't want to give me the alarm key, which is reasonable. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and blue is the best color. By the time you see this video, Modern Masters Draft is done, and I don't have to worry about people in the store metagaming against me too much. So, and taking my colors. Fun draft. I wish I had played it better. I've got a video you've seen on why it's good to make mistakes. Something to think about more. It'll prevent more mistakes down the line. My only regret is not drawing this more. I never cast it. So annoying. I guess the very turn I died, when it was clear I was going to die, I flashed back teachings and cast Revelation and died. But that doesn't count. So, yeah, I played 17 plus Is It Signet. It's just a bumper. Adds mana. So, yeah. See you in the comments. And whoever made it to the end first is going to get the prize. So, follow up with me. And everybody else, see you in the comments. Much love. And speak soon.